This is a special Advent in preparation for a very special Christmas, because on Christmas Eve, Pope Francis will officially open the Jubilee year 2025. What exactly is a Jubilee year? The concept of a Jubilee is found in the Old Testament, especially in the book of Leviticus, which called for a sabbatical year to be observed every 50 years as a time to reestablish a proper relationship with God, with other people, and with all of creation. It involved the forgiveness of debts, the liberation of prisoners, the return of lands to their rightful owners, and a fallow period for the fields. A passage from the prophet Isaiah, quoted by Jesus as he began his ministry in Nazareth, expresses the spirit of the Jubilee year. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me. He has sent me to bring good news to the afflicted, to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, release to the prisoners, to announce a year of favor from the Lord, and a day of vindication by our God, to comfort all who mourn. Before we look at our Catholic traditions associated with the Jubilee year, let's spend just a few moments on the Old Testament. While the 25th chapter of Leviticus goes into a lot of detail about how property should be treated during the Jubilee, Isaiah speaks more about just human relationships and works of charity. Unless we're farmers or real estate developers, Leviticus might not seem too relevant to us. But in light of all that Pope Francis has written about the environment, we might give some thought to the rightness of our relationship with the created world and material things, many of which we seem to so easily dispose of. With the coming Christmas season, and let's admit it, this time of year involves so many superfluous things and so much waste, maybe we could consider how we could spend less money and put more emphasis on reaching out to those in need and appreciating the spiritual side of Christmas. Now let's take a look at Isaiah. The prophet speaks of the brokenhearted, the poor, and those who mourn. This Advent, let's honor him by trying to focus on other people, to truly see them, to bring them comfort and joy. Let's ask ourselves if anyone is excluded or held prisoner by our prejudices, if anyone is marginalized by our words or actions, or if anyone is brokenhearted due to our criticism or harsh words. How can we set them free? And what about ourselves? Are we imprisoned by memories, fears, or insecurities? Are we held captive by certain attachments or even addictions? Do we tend to let too many things stand in the way of our relationship with God? Advent and the coming Holy Year are favorable times for conversion and reconciliation with God. Sacramental confession is a good place to start. Now let's look at the concept of Jubilee from the Catholic perspective. The Church's first Jubilee or Holy Year was established by Pope Boniface VIII in 1300. Their frequency has changed over time, from every 100 years to every 50 and then every 25 years. The traditions surrounding Holy Years have also changed, but generally they include the Holy Door in Rome, pilgrimages, special liturgical celebrations, and the granting of the plenary indulgence for those who participate in the Jubilee. Each Holy Year has a theme. For 2025, Pope Francis has chosen the motto, Pilgrims of Hope. In the letter introducing the Jubilee year, he wrote, "For everyone, may the Jubilee be a moment of genuine, personal encounter with the Lord Jesus, the door of our salvation, whom the Church is charged to proclaim always and everywhere, and to all, as our hope. The Pope wrote that everyone knows what it is to hope. Those words really struck me. Everyone knows what it is to hope. But do we all really know what it is to hope? When things are going badly, do we remember hope? Pope Francis said that in the heart of each person, hope dwells as the desire and expectation of good things to come, despite our not knowing what the future may bring. Hope dwells in the heart of each person, in you and me, as the desire and expectation of good things to come, even when we're not aware of it. This Advent, as we prepare for Christmas and the Holy Year, let's ask ourselves how we understand hope, what it means to us, whether we are open to hope, and where we look for it. May we grow in our awareness and our conviction to hold on to hope. Then, by our example, may we say to others, hope in the Lord, hold firm, take heart, and hope in the Lord.